Hello, this is Steve, Dichroic Glassman. Going to talk a little bit more about the door. In fact, I've decided, some people have asked, what was the journey like, and I'm going to do that. This is the door of transformation, door of opportunity, however you see it. Kind of like sickness. It's a time to succumb, surrender to the sickness, or there's a clock within all of us that says enough's enough. Whether it's morning, or a sore ankle, or lack of ambition, incentive, drive, fortitude, whatever that is, we gotta make a choice. Sometimes it means I'm ready, I'm done mourning, let's go. This was a very strange journey. Life-changing. The life change was supposed to happen. This was actually in the focal point of that time. Absolute. I had a car accident on the day of 666, June 6, 2006. Left this world, came back. Remember it well. But nothing like the experience I had being on the other side that came through the window, through this time. As I stated in the first video, something within me said, you're not an artist. You're faking this. And I said out loud, I'll bet a lot of other artists have to go through this as well. That challenging aspect that says you ain't good enough, tall enough, cute enough, whatever. Well, I have synesthesia. I have a hard time sorting life out, let alone. I'm 87% colorblind. What do I know? I'm not a stained glass artist. That's what came out of this. No. Making this door, having the experience I had that I described in the first video, didn't make me any better. It was already there to be revealed, released. Nah, I didn't become a better artist because I made this. What happened is I found a place within me that can feel good about me. So, I had help on the bottom in this face. But as I sat, as something was telling me, channeling me, some people call it, and I was sitting in the middle, and the artist was drawing this as I felt I was hearing. This is what transpired. It was a magical experience in itself. So, Sage helped me, but I already had the vision. I knew that I wanted flowers up here. I sort of knew what I knew because it had been channeling me. It was talking to me. It wanted color and it wanted excitement. It basically, when I had this experience of asking, how can I make something where I can feel good about myself? The data, the files, the idea, the notion, all came into my mind to put this together in what you see. I wouldn't know what channeling was. Never heard of it. As a kid, didn't grow up with it. We were Catholic and very anti-anything else other than Catholic, so it wasn't like I was listening to other people's dogma or ideas or thus. I was an extremely late bloomer, 3 years at least behind the other kids. At least. So it was an interesting life, but so what? But life transforms our attitudes and our filters, perhaps, as life goes on. There are attributes that come from the youth into our older age. Unquestionably, this door was here at a particular time. It was shocking to realize I signed it in Love and Light, January 15th, 2015. Once I made this, I didn't document it for YouTube, which I find very fascinating because it's totally against everything. So already something weird's going on. Never thought about it. Wasn't in my mind to, I gotta put it on my YouTube channel. I just love the shrill of these blue. Didn't occur to me. Well, it wasn't that it didn't occur to me. Somehow it wasn't supposed to. Let's put it like that. There's just some inclination. And I'm kind of still scratching my head. Why didn't I? But I did with my cell phone. I took some pictures. So eventually I'm going to find out how long did it take me to make this. But I'm going to say 6 weeks. Somewhere in that time of being talked to, channeled, yada yada. I even had a lady help me on color. And yet somehow some of my original ideas poked through. Except, that lady picked that color of green. But again, somehow there was already a backnet, some sort of a database. No, darker. No, that's not what I want. I want something with more yellow in it. So, being 87% colorblind, how do I transfer my data over to you? How do I assist you on a color project when I'm almost 100% colorblind, seeing color, yet couldn't tell you what it was? I can't look at that and say, no, give me a little bit more red in there. Give me a break. I can't see it. I cannot even fabricate it. The words don't line up to a color association. I'm getting it through the synesthesia as though I'm hearing it. These frequencies line up. Anyway, I put the door away. I leaned it up against the wall after it was accomplished. It wasn't... I never made it for money. It was the challenge, am I good enough to make something pretty to where I can feel good about myself. My self-esteem that really never had one all my life. Suffer from self-image, and that's the synesthesia that holds me into a guilt, sensory, alone world. I love the angles. Spent a lot of time with myself. That's a funny statement, but not a lot of people have. Try a hyperbaric chamber for 30 minutes or an hour and a half and see if you can stand total silence with yourself. People pay a lot of money to have those experiences. So after I made the door, I leaned it up against the wall, just like this mirror right here. Look at that. Just a mirror, twins. And yes, I do plan on making another pair. But, that's cool. I should take that photo. Oh no, he made another one. But I put it against the wall because it wasn't meant for money. It was self-satisfaction. I felt good about it. My Facebook family means a lot to me, but I didn't advertise it. Wasn't on YouTube. I don't know what my early videos might look like. That might put that in line so I can explore that. But wasn't anything else to do with it. I proved it. Wasn't like, oh my God, what do I do with it now? I looked at it under the covers every 2-3 months and thought to myself. But here's what happened today, 4 years later, when I decided to thermopane, which means sandwich it in between 2 sheets of glass. That's going to be on the next video of what happened, physically happened, that I knew I might be leaving this world. The next video. Let's look at some of the color. How's it affecting you? I have the pattern to this, and if we sat down side by side, I would teach somebody the pattern and to make it of this level. I would have some pre-qualifiers. It's not a hard door to replicate. Hardest part was innovating it, seeing it, and putting it in. Wasn't the dance step. You knew how to do that. It was the choreography in all the dance steps. That you didn't know until something spoke to you. What was that? Have you ever heard a voice talk to you? I have. More than once. Inside. What causes you to pick up that guitar and say, give it a try, and now you're rocking the stage? What spoke to you? What is that impetus, that prompt? What's that nudge feel like? Where does it come from? In your gut, where you're afraid? Where anxiety and fear both arrive at the same place because of the same energy? One's afraid of what lies ahead, one is in anticipation of what's chasing you, or the other way around, the anticipation of what lies ahead, and the fear of the Rottweilers, the dogs, the gators, nipping at your heels. I've never made anything like this. I have version 2 that will take this to another level, already planned. I could see myself making a series of doors if I had help. My health is vacating, there's no question. I'm seeing it by the day. In the next video, I'll tell you what the voice told me. I thank you for putting up with me on this video. Some of these are drippy. Yeah, there'll be parts. This door's leaving, and in not that long a future, so will I be. Because we all have that opportunity. I have a head start. I'm not going to feign the conversation anymore. Because there's certain kind of people I'm looking to attract. Certain kind of people. As the saying goes, only those with eyes to see and ears to hear. I'm looking for certain kind of people to email me about some questions about business, life, collaboration. I don't know. I have some extraordinary ideas, but I physically need help. It's getting more weighty on the journey. Need help. It's time to build the band. If there's something we can do by joining forces, ideas, mind, assets, or it's just that it's time. It's time. If not now, when? Thanks for putting up with it. Bye-bye.